Welcome back to Market Makers on PromoGo TV. I'm your host, Rusty Pepper. On Market Makers, we explore the fascinating world of wine, beer, and spirit makers and the stories behind these amazing brands. Joining us today is Terry Olson, otherwise known as Tio, the founder of Zim's Vodka, and Bruce Carroll, his chief sales officer. Welcome to the program, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rusty.
Now, it looks like you guys are down in a really sunny part of the world today. Where are you?
Well, we're having a big meeting down in Naples, Florida, discussing strategy for Zim's Vodka.
I'm sure there'll be some golf and some fun involved in that as well.
Always. Tomorrow's St. Patty's Day.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day early to you. So how are you guys going to celebrate?
We're going to get a controlled trolley in downtown Naples with about 30 people, and we're going to cruise around and, no drinking and driving, but a lot of drinking.
Yeah, that's why you got a trolley doing that for you.
It'll be the best. Absolutely.
Awesome. Make sure to send some pictures of that. So, Terry, Tio, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up starting Zim's Vodka?
Yeah, so probably, in 2010, I decided that I wanted to get into the vodka business. Used to read the Wall Street Journal, saw the ads for Grey Goose, said it was the best tasting vodka. I was a Kettle One guy. I tried Grey Goose, didn't like it, found out it was made in France. And the long story short was I had offices all over the world. I called my boys in France. I said, what kind of vodka do you drink there? And they said Russian Standard. And I asked them why they didn't drink Grey Goose or Ciroc, the other one that was made in France. And they came back and said, because they said it was American garbage. So I decided to research and take a look and find out where the best vodka in the world was coming from. And much like beer and wine, wine was Italy and France. The beer was Germany and Belgium and Canada as a close third. When I looked at the vodka, it was clear that it was either Russia or Poland, which is where the motherland of the spirit was made. And I just felt it might be easier to do business with people in Poland rather than in Russia. So I called Bruce one day. I said, hey, is your passport current? He goes, yeah. I said, tell your wife we're going to take a trip to Poland for, 8-9 days. And we toured the country and we fell in love with, the culture, the people, and a 250-year-old distillery where we make our products.
That's neat. And so let's talk about the name Zim's. I think it's interesting how you came up, the origination of it.
Yeah, so Zim's is short for the Polish word Zimniak. And we shortened it to Zim's because much like some of the other brands that are out there, when you go into a bar, bartenders don't have a lot of time. They want it short, quick, and sweet. And Zim's just kind of flowed off the tongue. It was Zim's on the Rock, Zim's Martini. In all of our marketing and test research, people loved the name, and so did we. So
that's great. So Bruce, tell me a little bit about how sales are going, where people can find Zim's Vodka.
Well, actually, it was founded in the state of Michigan, and there's probably about more than 2,000 locations, both on and off-premise venues, where you can either have a drink or buy a bottle. In addition to that, and Terry actually should answer the question about the nationwide distribution, but he just entered into a relationship with another firm. So maybe, why don't you answer that, Terry?
So we launched Rusty back in 2013 in Michigan with no customers and a lot of vodka. And today, we're in about 2,000 different locations in the state. We're also now in the state of California, the state of New York, and we're getting ready to launch into Colorado, Wisconsin, and Florida. And we're fortunate to do that because of some new distribution opportunities with the online and the internet. The advent of that, there are some great opportunities for us little guys to go out there and be able to compete nationally as well as internationally with our brands. So we're very excited about it.
That's great. So what is your favorite way to drink Zim's Vodka?
My favorite way is on the rocks with a orange wedge.
So neat.
Yeah, and that's a good point though, because many other vodkas really need something in addition to. The pure spirit neat by itself is remarkable.
What makes how is it consumer really know the difference between how can you tell what makes a great vodka from what you would say is a garbage vodka?
Well, first thing, I think it's important for everybody to understand. I think you need a story, and I think your story needs to be true in this day and age. So once you get past that, once your story is legitimate and people understand that, then you look at the ingredients that you use. And, we make our product, obviously, in Poland. We use Polish water. We use Polish potatoes in a country that is GMO free, right? There's no pesticides used over there. And I equate it to a lot like going into Mexico and having a Coca-Cola. Why does it taste different in Mexico than it does here in the US? It's different water, different sugar. When we tested our product here in the United States, it was really, really good, Rusty. When we went over to Poland and actually used their ingredients and their 250 years of, distilling processing, it was fantastic. I went, wow, I couldn't believe the difference. But then I said, okay, we're really using the real McCoy here. It's a little more expensive to do it this way. But I said, at the end of the day, I want a good juice rather than just a good looking bottle.
Yeah. So let's talk about the good looking bottle part though, because I think that's really important from a consumer standpoint, because when they do buy it, a lot of times people buy with their eyes.
Yes.
They haven't had a chance to taste it.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind your bottles? Do you have one that you can show us?
Yeah. So when we were, here was the bottle of Zim's 59 proof. And the real intent here was I wanted to be able to show more of the juice, how clear and clean it was. Because at the end of the day, the bottle looks nice and we've won some awards with the bottle, but we wanted to make sure our product absolutely blew anything away. And in blind competition, taste test competitions, nobody comes close. I mean, we did one with the vodka from France, and it was a bad football game. I think it was 64-3 when we had people taste test. And we weren't surprised because our stuff is good.
Now, was that American football or was that what we would call soccer over here?
Well, it wasn't Canadian football, but it was American football. It was, there were a lot of points, only it was a one-sided game.
I like it. Okay. Well, good. So what else is coming down the line for Zim's Vodka?
We get, so I can tell you something right now. What's not coming down the line is flavored vodka. We're going to continue to stick with our original strategy of 2 traditional vodkas. And we have our Zim's 81 proof. Most vodkas are 80. So this is our traditional, and that's why we did it in the black. And then our Zim's 59, Rusty, a lot of people, and I'm sure you're hearing it, consumers are going to reduced alcohol, almost alcohol free. But this is 25% less alcohol. It's the same potato vodka. It's really smooth. I drink it. My buddies drink it. Women drink it, because you can have a couple of these and not fall off your stool. Very, very powerful. And I think this is the lowest ultra premium vodka on the planet. No one else has done this. And we're very excited about it.
It's probably a good vodka to have during lunch. If you're going to have a drink at lunch, probably a good one to have.
Well, we tell people it's like anything else. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. That's great. Well, one last question for you. What's one piece of advice you'd give to somebody who's just now starting out or thinking about getting into the spirits business?
If you're going to get in this business, the faint of heart. So number one, you need to be capitalized and have enough money. Number two, don't listen to everybody, because everybody will tell you what you can't do and why you can't do it. And number three, have truly a legitimate story that you can wake up in the morning and look and say, you know what, I'm telling my customers this, and it's true. Because if you can't do those 3 things, don't get in the business.
I agree. Being authentic is so important, especially in a transparent world that we are. I mean, people can find out within a matter of couple keystrokes if you're full of shit or not.
Bingo. And especially millennials, the millennial market, they're very, they move around a lot, but they do their homework, they do their research, and they're not afraid to spend money. But if you lie to them or if you mislead them, they're gone.
Yeah, exactly. You got one shot. So
one shot, yeah.
Well, T.O. and Bruce, I appreciate you guys coming on and sharing more of your backgrounds and insight. regarding Zim's Vodka. And if you'd like to learn more about TO and Zim's Vodka, please go to promogocrm.com and check out our blog. So on behalf of us, all of us at PromoGo, thank you for joining us today on Market Makers. And if you'd like to be one of our future guests, please reach out to us because we'd love to learn more about you and hear from you. Until then, I'm Rusty Pepper, VP of Sales at PromoGo. Thanks for watching.